Hello and welcome, Knights fans. I'm sure none of you are on yet, but we'll start anyway. Welcome to tonight's broadcast between the Knights of St. Michael, Albertville, and the Eden Prairie. Forget where they were.
The Eagles.
The Eagles. Jeez, the Eagles of Eden Prairie. We're starting out real good here. Welcome Matt Harrison to the broadcast. Our color cop.
Hey, Jeff, how are
Matt,
you doing?
say hello to. Good. We appreciate having you here. We're going to bring our, let's let everyone know who our sponsors are here that are paying for this whole thing. Accord Orthodontics, Albertville Family Dental, Bell Bank Mortgage, Coburn's Community Development Bank, Competitive Edge in Phoenix, Dale's Automotive, Emma's Express, Grease, Leinhardt and Allen, Patrick Hockey, Jay Becker and Associates, Lazar Graphics and Apparel, Rally Gear, The River Inn, State Farm, Derek Brandt, the St. Youth Hockey Association. Our scoreboard sponsors are Alina Healthcare, Health Source Chiropractic, J&B Group, Albertville Orthodontics, Super Siders Roofing and Siding. Our holiday meal sponsors were Mama T's Gear, BJ's Tavern. Our fundraising sponsors were Quick Trip, Andy's Pizza, and Bill Robinson's Company. I have to find out who that is, but we appreciate all of our sponsors, and we ask you to give them your patronage. Matt, how about a few thoughts on tonight's contest between the Knights and the Eagles?
Oh, I'm just excited to be here and see all these kids that I've grown up watching and seen grow from little mites up to JV and varsity players. This is going to be an awesome game tonight. I think the Knights, they have some good opportunities today to get a couple of W's.
Yeah, they were competitive down in Eden Prairie, so just have to bring their A game and bring hopefully a bunch of healthy players to the ice tonight. We were down in Eden Prairie. We had a whole lot of injuries and a whole lot of sickness too as well.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer for sure.
So we look at the rosters here. We don't have one for the junior varsity team. So we'll do our best
I can probably find one online there, Jeff.
Look at backs of jerseys and see what we can do. I mean, it's literally blank for the junior varsity. So, but they've got some good players. That their varsity team is ranked in the top 10 of state. I believe in the top 5. So it kind of bounces back and forth some of that. And they have quite a few players who play both on junior varsity and varsity. So we'll see some different players, like I know Pitzel, if I remember right, plays both junior varsity and varsity for the Eagles. So we'll see him later. We see him out on the ice right now, and I believe there's a few other skaters as well for the Eagles. The Knights. Oh, we got some technical difficulties, but I'll keep going, I'm told. So the Knights coming in here. We'll see if we have any of our varsity players down playing here tonight. Not seeing any numbers sometimes. Oh, I do see one. Easton Monahan is out there. A lot of times he plays the first period, and then we'll get Caden Clark playing the second. Just looking around just to see if we saw any of the others, but I think that's it. So looks like William Robinson will be in net tonight for the Knights. 1:14 left in warm-ups. I'm just talking as people are looking at me, wondering if anyone else is going to talk too, so I guess I'll just keep going till...
I'm 8 seconds behind you.
Oh, we got him on... Do we have him on the Super Bowl delay there over there? All right, so... Under 40 seconds left in warm-ups here. We'll get ready to play some hockey. Appreciate all of you for tuning in here on the St. Michael Albertville Global Hockey Network. We'd like to wish everyone out there a wonderful day, and those of you who are healing up from injuries or surgeries or illness or any of those things, we wish you all quick recoveries. Appreciate all of you wherever you're watching. We know we have fans here in Minnesota, all over Minnesota and Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska, Michigan. We know we have someone in Florida, down in Arizona, and we know we have people in Canada as well as in Europe. So we appreciate having each and every one here. So 17 minutes on the clock. The horn has gone off. And the teams will clean up the pucks, meet at their benches, and we'll get ready to play some hockey. Tonight's executive producer of Knights Hockey is Dylan Kiner. Our camera operator. Let's see who our camera. It's going to be one of the student managers. Our spotlight operator will be Larry Matheson. Statistician is Kelly Story. I'm Jeff Story, voice of the Knights. I'd like to take a moment and recognize our administrative staff. Our superintendent of schools for St. Michael Albertville is Dr. Anne-Marie Folkalt. Our principal is John Reeves. Our activities director is the man who never sleeps, Keith Cornell. Our athletic trainer is Karen Scully. We'd also like to thank all of our assistant principals, all of our teachers, all of our coaches, all of our custodial engineers, IT professionals, transportation people, people who work in food, paraprofessionals.
You know, I'd like to thank Tyler Hett down there running the clock today.
Okay.
One of the best teachers at the high school.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. Is that Jocks?
No, Tyler Hett. I think Metcalf is running the microphone.
Oh, Jocks are running the microphone. Yes, both teachers. So we step in. Smoley takes the face off for the Knights. Puck drops. It's in the Knights offensive zone. Eden Prairie controlling it up into neutral ice into the Knights defensive zone. Right side. Coming near side towards centered in. Broken up by Chile. Chile passes it over. It goes into neutral ice. Eden Prairie grabs it there. Into the Knights defensive zone comes Pritz. I think it's Pritz or Pitzel. He's definitely a varsity player for the Eagles. He centers in. Shot on. Knocked away by Robinson. Near side corner is that puck. Kicked over back behind the net. Chile grabbing it there. Back passes to Monahan. Monahan, long pass up the ice to Robinson, who touches it to deflect it. So it goes down in the Knights offensive zone. Change of skaters. Eden Prairie controlling it as the Knights change skaters. Ludeman jumping up there and passing it in. He's trying to hit Girton. Shot there by Braun. It goes wide. So on the near side boards, Eden Prairie grabbing it there. Into neutral ice. Stopped by Anderson. Makes its way into the Knights defensive zone. Girton sending over for Braun. Braun passes up, intercepted. Turnover, shot, and wide. Near side corner. Pass down. Broken up by Anderson. Up to Girton. Girton centers it over. Braun with it. Into neutral ice. Into the Knights offensive zone. Down he goes, but Worst gets it there and sends it down to the corner. Both teams fighting for it. Behind the net it goes. Near side boards. And it makes its way into the Knights defensive zone, but luckily Cum was there to grab it. Sends it off the near side boards up in, and Eden Prairie has it at neutral ice. Backing up. Diagonal pass up. Back and forth it goes, but it goes into the Knights defensive zone. Cam Malekade there. Sends it behind his own net to Preston Raymond. Back over to Cam. Broken up and taken away by Eden Prairie. Centered in. Makes it to the blue line. Forward shot. During that last game, I know 45 for Eden Prairie. I believe he had a hat trick against the Knights during the first contest. Anderson into the offensive zone. Far side corner, centers up, nobody there. Nelson jumping forward. Patty cake, gets away from everyone. Raymond Preston dumps it in. It goes behind the net. Around from near side to far side, up along the boards, kept in there by Cam Malekade. And sent over to the near side corner. Eden Prairie grabs it vertically up, backhanded up into neutral ice, stopped by Tangen. And Cheely dumps it back in. Puck makes it behind the net, off the far side boards. Into neutral ice, Eden Prairie with it. Into the Knights, defensive zone. Knocked by Tangen. Tangen gets it over to Monahan. Monahan sends it up the far side into neutral ice, into the offensive zone. Eden Prairie tracks it down there. Long pass up. And Pruitt sends it right at Will Robinson. Stops it, hands it off to Braun. Braun sends it along the far side boards, kept in there by the Eagles. Pitzel with it, centers over. Knights able to get it. I think Monahan got a stick on that to knock it away. It comes back to Pitzel, far side corner, sends it behind the net. Eagles with it. Hubbard along the near side boards for the Eagle. Girton putting pressure on there. Hubbard towards the net he comes, sends that puck, stopped by Braun, and dumped down into neutral ice into the Knights' offensive zone.
Good little shift by Hank Braun there, bringing a lot of the thunder.
So then Pitzel with it again, behind his own net. Passes it up the far side, knocked away by Preston Raymond. He has a Timex batter. He just keeps on, takes a looking and keeps on ticking. Into neutral ice, into the Knights. Defensive zone. Anderson behind his own net. Pressure from Pitzel. Anderson far side corner. Pitzel comes out with it, but Monahan stops in and gives a check. And the Knights able to get it out to neutral ice. Back into the Knights' defensive zone it comes. Towards the net. Stood tall by Anderson, stopping it. Monahan off the near side boards. Pitzel takes it back and he centers it up. Broken up by Anderson. Into Nice. Cross center ice. Passed forward for Monahan. Monahan keeping the pressure on. Fighting for it behind the nets. Eden Prairie grabs it. Vertical up and pass down the ice it goes. We're going to probably have a icing call.
You know, Jeff, I think the Knights were a little flat-footed right there. Seems like if they pick up the speed just a little bit, you'll see these chances. They'll come. They'll be there.
Maybe they need to get some Red Bull, get some wings. Over the near side, down the boards. Knights offensive zone. Cheely has it. Far side. He gets past him now up the far side boards. Pass across into neutral ice. Down into the Knights defensive zone. Behind the net. 45. He's dangerous for the Eagles. Zick is his name. He skates around. Passes it up to the blue line. It was sent and went off Cheely and makes its way down to the far side corner. Broken up there by Cheely and Lekane bringing it out to neutral ice. He's trying to dump it forward, and he does. He'll head to the bench. New skater coming on. Knights keeping the pressure on. Henry Robinson and Smoley. Near side boards. Knights offensive zone. Tangen stepping up to keep it in. Puck gets away. It comes right to an Eagle, and down the ice they come. Into the Knights defensive zone. Tried to center in from the far side. Sitting there in front of the net, Braun sends it over to the far side boards. Zick with it there for the Eagles. He sends it to the corner, back up to the blue line. Shot. It goes off of a Knight. I believe Cheely got his stick on that.
The big cheese. He's always in the mix.
So neutral ice, Henry Robinson sends it forward. It's going down the ice. Stopped by the goalie there. Handed off. Long pass up into neutral ice. Pruitt sends it into the middle. Comes back to Pruitt for the Eagles. Tries to take a shot. It goes off of Braun. Anderson there grabs that and brings it up into neutral ice. Across the center line. Into the offensive zone. Around a skater. Shot. He got tugged there from behind, but no call.
Yeah, it looked like he was dragged down there at the end of that play. Good effort by Anderson getting that shot off.
So Anderson playing through, which is, I know, something that Coach Hinderman stresses with these players, playing through, having to play through the players in this conference. Puck drops. Worst gets it back out to Braun. Braun sends it down. It takes a weird bounce off the glass. Behind the net is that puck. Near side boards. Putting it in at the blue line. He sends it across, but nobody there for the Knights. Eagles get it. Through center ice, into the Knights' defensive zone. Broken up by Anderson, who just stood tall. Worst sends it forward, and the Eagles grab it.
Heck of a shift by Anderson. He's all over the place. About to pick it up again right here.
So Anderson knocked it forward to Worst there. Worst tried to get it out, but taken back by Pitzel. He's a good player. Shot knocked away by by William Robinson, excuse me. I should know, he's one of my sons, and up into the netting.
How could you make that mistake? One's a skater and one's a goalie.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal there. So Will Robinson took that shot and sent it up into the netting off the deflection. Puck drops. Helen takes the face-off. Monahan gets it up to Nelson. Nelson tries to clear it out. Comes back to Helen, who sends it into neutral ice, and we should have an offsides, and we do. I think I'm seeing more of that energy you were talking about now.
Yeah, a little extracurricular hit afterwards. Wake them up.
So we'll drop the puck just outside the Knights' defensive zone. Far side dot. Puck drops. Center ice. Eagles with it. They send it across. Near side. Forward they come and into the Knights' defensive zone. Near side corner. It makes its way back behind the net. Handed off and comes to the near side turn. Spin shot knocked away by Will Robinson. Took it off the body. It looks like it hit his helmet. Along the near side boards. Centered in, and it came out, and there should be, and yes, indeed, there was an offsides. I was going to say,
that's illegal cheating right there.
You know, I know I wear reading glasses and such, but I saw that just fine. How far that came out. So drop the puck in neutral ice.
Don't need the goggles to see that.
Helen takes the face-off for the Knights. Eagles come up with it. They dump it into the Knights' defensive zone. Around the boards to the far side it goes. It's going to make its way out, and they say it stayed in. Tangen jumps and grabs it out of midair, gets it up to Helen. Helen sends it forward right at the goalie, who stops it, knocks it over. Helen keeping the pressure on, sent behind the net. Near side boards. Monahan got a stick on it, but Ian Prairie able to bring it forward. They lost it, but Ganal had it. He sends it over, and there was a shot and save by Will Robinson. We'll drop the puck in the Knights' defensive zone. Smoley taking the face-off. Far side. Puck drops. Along the far side boards. Down to the corner. Braun comes out with it. Backhands it forward for Cheely, and it makes it out to neutral ice. Cheely able to send it forward even further. Zick grabs it for the Eagles. Behind his own goes. Pass up the near side. Broken up. And forward it comes. Zick is loose with it. He's in the Knights' defensive zone. Towards the net he comes. Tries to get the wraparound, but takes it to the far side boards. Passes over the near side. It's broken up by Henry Robinson. It deflects off of him down into the Knights' offensive zone. Ganal has it there. He sends it behind his own net. Fellow Eagle there to stop it, and Cheely sent it off of an Eagle into the bench area.
I'm on a little bit of a delay from you, Jeff, so I'm just trying to listen to you talk, not through the headphones. This is, the good people want to hear on the broadcast, but,
There's nothing like your color commentary, I'll tell you. Puck drops. Smoley took the face-off for the Knights. It heads towards the goalie, still sitting out there. Now behind the net, Robinson centers it back in. Went off of a few skates, goes behind the net. Near side, Pruitt with it there. Goes off of Henry Robinson again. Eagles grab it, near side boards, up and into neutral ice. Cheely has it there, sends it over to Braun, far side through center ice, down, around, and he's the big Braun man, sends it down, around, comes all the way out to the blue line on the other side where Anderson stops it.
Braun took a really heavy hit there, too, right along the bench.
That's kind of the story of his season, either delivering them or taking them. And jumped forward and kept in by Worst. Oh, apparently not kept in. Knights have to reset. Out to neutral ice it comes. Ludeman chasing after it. Eagles pass it over far side, their own defensive zone into neutral ice. Stopped there by Easton Monahan. Sends Anderson. Anderson still with it. Sends it forward to Ludeman. Ludeman rainbows it up and over everybody to the far side boards. Unfortunately, the Eagle right there and sends it right back to Monahan in neutral ice. Monahan with a nifty little move around a few players. Monahan into the offensive zone far side. Monahan down to the corner, has it knocked away.
A couple nice little moves there by Easton.
So here comes Brett into the Knights defensive zone for the Eagles. Gets it over to Pitzel. Tries to center in. It went off of Girton. Anderson has it there. Off the boards, back to himself. Vertically up he comes into neutral ice. Gets it over to Worth. But it makes its way over to Pitzel, and he sends it into neutral ice. Monahan stops it there and dumps it into the Knights offensive zone. Goalie steps back and stops it. Eagles grab it there. Forward they come. It gets sent forward to Tangen. Tangen gets it to Nelson. Nelson dumps it right back into the offensive zone. And we have an icing call. 5:38 left, period one. Score 0-0. And we'll dump it back in the Knights defensive zone.
Can't wait for the next commercial break, Jeff. I always love your commercial readings.
Well, I appreciate that. We're dropping the bucket. The Knights defensive zone. Helen takes the face-off. It gets over to Monahan. Monahan sends it behind the net. To the near side boards. Tangen sends it back behind the net to the far side. An Prairie skater right there for it. Nice moves into the center. Luckily, that was too hard of a pass. Went past everybody, made it into neutral, dumps it back in for the Eagles. Into the Knights defensive zone and off of a
fantastic catch for the coach on the bench there.
Yep, up and into the bench, and the coach is there to grab it for the Knights. Helen stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Puck drops. Far side corner. Malekade has a stick on it. Makes its way towards the net, and Tangen knocks it forward. Nelson able to put it out into neutral ice. Eden Prairie grabs it. Hubbard back in for the Eagles. From the near side, he sends it on goal, knocked away by Robinson. Tried another one, and Robinson knocked that one away too. Behind that he is to the near side. Tried putting it in there. Robinson's leg pad stopped it. It makes it into the center and gets past everyone. Zick grabs it for the Eagles. He sends it in. Hubbard redirected it, but it made it wide. Puck makes it down behind that. Zick beats everybody down there for the Eagles. Coming up the near side boards, he dumps it back in behind the net.
Couple of instances of some good team defense in front of the kitchen there for the Knights. They're all kind of staying home and anchoring the slot. The problem is they're not able to really get it out, and that's what happens when you don't get it out of the zone.
So long time in the zone. Off of the, I believe it looked like it was the second or third ricochet. Finally he got it. Robinson was down and he went up top shelf off the bar down in to put the Eagles up 1-0.
Robinson had to sprawl out to avoid the wraparound attempt, and he got down a little too low, and when they go low and you go high, not a good combo for a goalie.
So Eagles have it at neutral ice. They dump it in near side, back behind the net, makes it to the far side corner. Braun hustling over there, gets over to Malekade. Malekade back to Braun. Braun back behind the net to Malekade. Malekade pass up. It goes off of an Eagles player, so there'll be no icing call. Back behind the net, Knights offensive zone. Cheely got a stick on it there. Smoley grabs it, centers it up. Robinson lost it, but Smoley was able to take another shot on that was deflected away by the Eagles. Along the far side boards, offensive zone. Oh, we're going to have a tripping call on the Knights.
Smoley's going to end up in the box here, but one of the things I was about to mention about Aiden Smoley, the old Smoley cat has been in front of the tendy, just hacking away, and he's probably had a couple of the better opportunities for the Knights this game. Right now they're only showing one shot on goal, but the opportunities have been there when Smoley's been down there. So hoping we can weather the storm here on the penalty kill and get out of this one unscathed.
So Ludeman stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Puck drops. Zick comes out with it. Back behind the net he goes towards the near side. Up to the blue line to Pitzel. Pitzel across. I think that's Hubbard. It is. Hubbard takes the shot with a redirect. And the Knights able to knock it away there. Robinson knocked it over. Anderson was able to get it over the side to Worst. Worst took it in neutral ice, but Hubbard takes it away. Sends it back, near side, back behind the net to the far side corner. Back behind the net it comes. Anderson grabs it there, and he sends it down the ice. 1:30 and counting left on that penalty for the Knights. Eagles goalie steps out, stops it, hands it off. Here comes Pitzel up the ice for the Eagles. Tries to get it over to Zick. He does. Shot by Zick, knocked away. Hubbard there with it. Swing and a miss for Hubbard, and Worst able to knock it down. 1:07 left. Last game we played them, all the scores were Pitzel, Zick, and Hubbard. I mean, that was the three that did the damage.
That was a great shot there, and Will came out and really attacked that one as a goalkeeper, and you love to see that, coming out to attack the shot.
Zick with it for the Eagles, far side corner, 45 seconds of the penalty. Towards the net he comes, gets it forward. Puck sitting out there. They had a man open on the backside. Shot there, knocked away by Robinson. Makes it up to Zick at the blue line. Sends it down to the near side. Pitzel's shot and goal. He put it through a very small window right over Robinson's shoulder on the near side. Probably, that's about as wide as a puck, really.
Yeah, he hit a postage stamp there for sure. Good snipe there, but kind of up to the Knights D to get over there. That player had 2-3 seconds to think about his shot, line it up, and when you get that much time, it's pretty easy to put those shots where you want them to go.
Yeah, and he had someone streaking up on the backside too there, so had that not worked and it ricocheted off, we would have had to more defense collapse down because they had the backside open. Into neutral ice. Knights back at full strength now. Under 2 minutes to play in the period. Eden Prairie with it. Forward they come. Johnson back to Pruitt. Near side corner, back behind the net. Pruitt still with that puck for the Eagles. He sent it forward. Swing and a miss, and Nelson comes out with it. We wish Grandpa Nelson a speedy recovery. Pass across from Raymond back to Nelson. Took the shot that just couldn't connect on it. Eden Prairie comes out with it. Through neutral ice they come into the Knights' defensive zone. Far side shot. You can hear that ricochet off of Robinson. Raymond steps up there for the Knights. Sends it off the glass and down the ice. Change of skaters.
We've hit the 1 minute mark, and it's something to look at right now is watch the feet of the Knights who are out there. And a lot of those feet aren't moving a lot right now. You'll notice a little bit of a difference. Anderson and good old Hank Hank Braun have done a good job of keeping their feet moving, but there's been a lot of gliding by the Knights in this period. And if they can correct that and just get those feet moving, I think that they're going to have a much better second period.
Into the Knights' defensive zone. Thomas with it towards the net, tries to center it over. It's knocked away. Ludeman comes out with it. Ludeman across central ice into the Knights' defensive zone. Far side boards. Matt, I can tell you, I never get this reception, by the way, from the
No, because the hockey moms love me.
Clearly.
I can't turn it off. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're like the common man. Common man on K-Fan, just can't turn it off.
Yeah.
So that is the end of period one here. We will resurface the ice. During periods, we typically bring you a segment we call Night with the Night, but I'm not sure I see any Knights at Riverhawks. So we might take a break. We'll just maybe we'll read you our sponsors and then go to break. So tonight's game is brought to you by our live stream sponsors, Accord Orthodontics, Innovative Orthodontics. You can love your smile. Albertville Family Dental. For dental care you can count on, for the entire family. Bell Bank Mortgage, Mikkel Knotek, always advising to your why. Don't settle for less. Coburn's, now offering same-day grocery delivery powered by DoorDash. Community Development Bank, experience our spirit of service. Competitive edge in Phoenix, small group or private high-detail skill development without the added cost of ice time. Dale's Automotive, the best in auto care and quality tires. Emma's Express, not just any convenience store. Step up to the sub counter and get a made-to-order sub, too. Grease, Leinhardt, and Allen, attorneys with you every step of the way. Hat-Trick Hockey, old business done right. For all your hockey needs, located right here in the arena. J. Becker and Associates, the electrical authority for residential spaces. Lazar Graphics and Apparel, for all your screen printing, embroidery, decal, and promotional product. Rally Gear, rally your team with Rally Gear. River Inn, casual charm, historic ambiance, great clientele, amazing food and drinks. State Farm, Derek Brandt, your hometown insurance agent since 2010. Derek Brandt, he loves this town. The St. Michael Albertville Youth Hockey Association, promoting player growth and development to all future Knights and Riverhawks. Our scoreboard sponsors are Alina Healthcare, Altogether Better, Health Source Chiropractic, get back to living pain-free. J&B Group, our service, your success. Albertville Orthodontics, we specialize in smiles. Supersiders Roofing and Siding, trusted home improvement since 1990. Our holiday sponsors are Mama T's Gear and BJ's Tavern. Well, Knights fans, it'll be about 9 minutes, and we'll bring you period 2. We'll let you watch our sponsors as they stream, and we'll be back in just a few moments to bring you period 2. Thanks for watching, Knights fans. You're watching exclusive coverage of Knights hockey on the St. Michael Albertville Global Hockey Network. So welcome back, Knights fans. We're getting ready to drop the puck here. Check with both goalies. Puck drops, man. That was quick. Smoley took that face off. Quickly comes into the Knights. Defensive zone. Far side boards. From the blue line, Hubbard with it. Pass across, near side. Sent, knocked away. Pritzel was open on the backside there. Luckily, Robinson was able to deflect it out, and Henry Robinson sends it down the ice. Shealy gets down there quickly to get a stick on it. Centers it in. Smoley. Eden Prairie clears them out. Neutral ice. Down the ice they come. Into the Knights. Defensive zone centered over. Makes it back out to the blue line. Shot redirected, and Robinson able to get a piece of it and jumps out and throws his body on it. So tonight, thank you. Tonight's varsity broadcast, I'll be doing the first period with Matt Harrison. Period 2 will be Matt Harrison and Ben Monahan, and then I'll be back for period 3 with Matt.
What are you going to do in the meantime? Like hot dogs?
I don't know.
Chocolate down in the concession stands?
Won't know what to do with myself. It'd be kind of odd, but Knights come out with it. Clark has it across center ice into the Knights. Defensive zone, far side. Clark sends it right on net. Deflects away, far side. Worst fighting to keep it in. It makes it out to neutral ice. Zick for the Eagles coming up the ice with it. Passes it over. Shot and saved by Will Robinson.
Right in the numero uno on the chest. Goalies love to see that on those shots.
And for me, I can say, Kelly and I can say number 1 in our hearts and on his jersey.
Wow. You can't. It feels like you're biased a little bit here, Jeffy.
Ludeman taking that face off. It comes over to Clark, gets it up to Worst. Worst into the neutral ice. Taken away by Zick of the Eagles. Zick turns, spins, sends it down the ice. Comes right over to Clark. Clark sends it diagonal across for Raymond. Raymond dumping it in, far side boards. Goes down to the corner. Both players racing for it. Down to the near side boards. Eagles take it behind their own net. Send it forward, protected right by Anderson at the blue line.
Anderson's having a good little game.
Off the
and because of it, we got a shot off. That's the important part right there.
So Worst put that shot on net there and saved by the Eagles. Helland will step in to take the face-off here for the Knights.
Let's see if Tater can get a little push back here.
Helen with his signature move there. He sent it forward and chased after it, but unfortunately it got away from him. The Eagles get it behind their own net. Vertically up they come into neutral ice. Puck sitting there. Eagles grab it and send it down into the Knights' defensive territory. Robinson steps off, gets it to Braun. Braun over to Girton. Girton back to Helen. Helen forward to Nelson. Nelson far side into the offensive zone. Gets it back over to Helen. It got past him. Comes back to Nelson, but it's stripped away and sent down the ice. I think it was kind of a little bit behind him there.
Just a little bit there. As Bob Euchre would say, just a bit outside.
So in the Knights' defensive zone, Cam Molekine keeping the pressure on, gets it up to Girton. Girton over to Helen. Helen dumping it forward into the Knights' offensive zone. Goalie just knocks it away. Eagles grab it, take it behind their own net. Up the ice, they send it right to Cam Molekine again. Sends it over to Hagen, but it went past him. Laying the train, fighting for it there as it comes up to the near side boards. Henry Robinson grabs it, sends it forward for Cheeley. It gets past him, and the Eagles send it down into the Knights' defensive zone. Molekine stops it there, though, sends it forward at neutral ice. This puck sits down in the Knights' defensive zone. Again, back to Molekine, who sends it forward to an Eagle in neutral ice.
Neither team really controlling the puck here. Neither team really completing passes. The first one that probably puts together a 3-pass sequence, they're going to get a shot off because of it. And see, that one was stolen.
It's defensive zone. Shot. Knocked away. Eagles take it back behind the net. Comes over to the near side corner. Stopped and kept in by the Eagles. Marching forward with it towards the net. Knocked away by the Knights. Down to the corner it goes. Both teams with multiple skaters down there. Eagles come out with it. Back behind the net, passed up to the blue line, far side, shot from there. They tried to catch a skater on the backside. Another shot from the near side, ricochet. Another shot, knocked away by Robinson.
Oh, help your goalie, boys!
Shot back behind, and the Knights try to clear it out. It comes back. Robinson diving all over the place as he tries to get up, throws his stick back into the net. It's stuck there apparently in the net. Through neutral ice, Zick grabbing it for the Eagles. Robinson stickless there as his stick is stuck there. Shot went off of a Knights skater, I believe Chile, and then the Knights able to send it down the ice. Robinson trying to get his stick out there. He finally does.
He got the paddle out of the back of the net. But all of a sudden it's a 3-on-0.
Oh, Zick passes over to the backside. Robinson stands tall, knocks it away. It gets taken out by an Eden Prairie skater.
You know, that was an awesome play by Riley Tangen on the back check. Let's not miss that one because Tangen broke up that shot right at the end, so it wasn't clean.
So Tangen able to get in there and throw some interference as it came down. Last time these two teams played, they lived on the backside pass, that they were just passing it to the backside and tipping it in. So it's nice to see the Knights able to stand strong and learn from that last game.
Well, why wouldn't you? The back door is usually open on most goalies.
So puck drops and the Knights trying to clear it out. Raymond has it at neutral ice. Far side along the boards in neutral ice. Back and forth it goes like a hot potato. Knights able to knock it forward. Worst sends it into the offensive zone. He goes around Zick. Back behind the net. He's waiting for someone to get out there. Raymond is there in front of the net. Now Raymond has to come join him as the puck's taken away. Ludeman grabs it along the near side boards. Up to Tangen at the blue line. Sends it back down to Ludeman. Makes it way to the corner. Centered up by Raymond to Worst. And Anderson stops it along the far side boards. Anderson coming towards the net. Passing to the backside. Eden Prairie able to get a stick on it.
Just missed on that pass there, too.
Tangen stopped it at the blue line, sent it behind the net to the far side boards. Anderson getting it there. And Anderson throwing his body around to keep it, but it's cleared out by Eden Prairie. A lot of nice action there for the Knights on the offensive zone there.
Yeah, finally. Good sustained 60 seconds down there. That's good to see.
So down in the Knights defensive zone, Robinson stops it, hands it off to Clark.
We got an opportunity for Hellendier if he can catch it. Oh, he can't.
So we have icing.
Too cold, Jeff. Too cold.
Knights down 2-0 here in period 2. 17 shots on goal so far for the Eagles. 4 shots on goal for the Knights. Near side boards, Eagles with it at the blue line. Along the boards, down to the corner. Back behind the net, broken up by Henry Braun and Girton. Braun comes out with it.
All right,
passes
Braun,
it to himself. Turned over to Eden Prairie. Swing and a miss. But Braun stays with it. He just throwing that body all around and gets it up. Braun stood strong and threw that up there to Girton. Girton up the near side offensive zone. Was trying to pass it into the center there.
He's trying. He got D'd up pretty well there by the Eagles in the back end.
Girton grabs it, sends it forward to Nelson. Nelson with it. Trying to get it over to Helen, who is being held there.
Knight's got to do just a little bit better job of just completing a few passes here.
Braun with a shot as he steps into the offensive zone. It goes wide behind the net. Henry Robinson keeping pressure on. One of the other Eagles grabs it, and it comes forward into the Knights' defensive zone behind the skater, and he lost the puck, and Robinson able to jump on it as it got away when he was trying to recover that puck.
Like a puma, pouncing on his prey.
So 9:29 left period 2. The Eagles are up 2-0. Will drop the puck in the Knights' defensive zone. Smoley takes the faceoff line shot. Puck sitting out there. Balekade gets it over to Chile. Chile sends it forward. Eden Prairie grabs it at center line, and it comes back to Pitzel, who takes it down behind the net. Near side, knocked away by Balekade, but Pitzel able to get it back. dumps it down to the corner. Molekade had it and sends it into the center. Lane the Train Hagen grabbed it and sent it forward out to neutral ice, so Eden Prairie has to reset. They dump it in.
You know, the feet have been much better for the Knights here in the second period, and it's resulted in a couple of opportunities.
Centered up, shot knocked away by Robinson. Puck deflects off. Shot from the near side again, and Robinson gets an arm up and knocks it away. His stick is still sitting out there and gets kicked back to him. Eden Prairie has it, neutral ice. They send it forward, back into the Knights' defensive zone. Stripped away there by Chile. Pass over to the backside, knocked away by Smoley, I believe. Making him back way up to the blue line. Shot there, and Molekade stepped in to take it off the body. Makes it over to the near side. Hitzel sends it around for Eden Prairie. They center it up, and a Knight able to get a stick on it, Henry Robinson. So redirected down into the Knights' offensive zone. Back behind the net it goes.
As I was saying, Jeff, the feet have been better. Now the Knights just need to complete just a couple of passes, control the zone a little bit, see if they can get some sustained pressure, because their possession is just not there right now.
Neutral ice is the puck at their own blue line. Pass across to Johnson. Johnson coming forward into the Knights' defensive zone. Tries to get over to Zick, and Anderson again steps in there and throws that big body around. Puck behind the nets. Coming up the near side boards. Centered over, and it comes out into neutral ice.
Yeah, Zick lost that one in his feet, and it took an advantageous bounce for the Knights.
Rainbow down, and he picks it up himself, does Zick. Coming up the near side boards, pass across far side. Shot off of Preston Raymond stick and up into the netting.
That would have gone into the community room if we didn't have a net there.
You know, we don't even know who put that glass in, if that's like Anderson or Pella or what type of window that is.
I'm guessing it probably would not withstand a hockey puck.
Probably not, for sure. Puck drops. Sent from the blue line. It goes through a myriad of skaters. Centered up by Eden Prairie. It goes off of Clark's stick and went up and over the netting. Back behind the net. Makes it over to the far side corner. Centered back to Zick. Shot wide. Near side blue line kept in by Eden Prairie. They send it there. Robinson deflects it away to the far side boards. Back up to the blue line. Pass across the near side. Zick is going to race that down along with Tangen. Zick has it. Eden Prairie. Tangen knocks it away from him. Off the ricochets, the puck makes it down to the corner. Up the boards to Nelson. And out to neutral ice.
You know, Jeff, Eden Prairie's just had the puck on their stick for about the last 3 minutes, and the Knights have just had no opportunity. It was a shooting gallery there. Luckily, Robinson was equal to the task as the Knights finally able to carry it up, dump it into the Eagles zone. Let's see if they can pick this off, win it back, get a few passes off.
You can see a little extra oomph in the step for this second time around by the Knights. Shot there, wide, behind the net it goes. Along the near side boards. We're going to have a penalty here, and it's going to be on the Knights, I believe.
It's Gunnar Nelson going to the box, Jeff.
So Nelson with a little extracurricular activity out there at the 5:52 mark of period 2. Knights will have to kill this penalty off.
They're 0 for 1 on the penalty kill today.
Looks like Bretz is stepping in to take the face-off along with Henry Robinson for the Knights. Puck drops, comes out to Hubbard for the Eagles, down to Zick, passes it down the boards. Back out to Zick, over to Point, down to the far side. You'll notice that they have their top line in, does Eden Prairie, behind the net. Back over to the far side.
Doing a good job of keeping that defensive shape in the diamond right now, cutting off all the angles.
Shot by Pitzel, knocked away. Back out to Zick, sends it over for the backside there. And they caught him on the backside.
Yeah, Will couldn't get back across quick enough as the puck deflected off a stick in front, got to the back door, and just hacked that in the back of the net.
So 5:21 left, period 2. The Eagles go up 3-0. So the Knights stood tall there throughout most of the second period, but unfortunately gave one up there on the power play. Oh, Brettsy, number 42, scored that goal for the Eagles. We know him because our boys played with him in AAA hockey. Puck drops. Pass across, far side. Pritzel with that puck. Cross center ice into the Knights. Defensive zone. Knocked away by Cam Malekane. Malekane trying to pass it back to himself, but Pritzel jumping in there. And Malekane able to grab it after Braun knocked it away. Pritzel with a shot knocked away by Robinson. He tries to do the wraparound, and luckily Ludeman was there on the backside to get his stick in there. Thank goodness for Ludeman. Play. So Brettsy with it for the Eagles. And taken away by Ludeman, who passes it off the boards to himself in the offensive zone. Shot, knocks it off. He was trying to see if he could get the hard shot with the ricochet, which he did, but unfortunately Worst was tangled up. Into the offensive zone they come, and shot and goal again.
It's Brett's.
Second goal in about less than a minute, actually.
Yep.
Stay tuned, Knights fans, to catch tonight's varsity game coming to you at 7 o'clock. Puck drops. Hagen gets it over to Anderson into neutral ice. Back and forth the puck goes between both teams. Thomas grabbing it for the Eagles at his own blue line, sending it to the far side board. Smoley bringing that energy.
The Smoley cat has woken up.
Looks like we're going to have a penalty on the Eagles there. Yep.
Yeah, Eagles don't like cats, Jeff.
That is definitely a fact. I believe you're correct. 4-1 left period 2. Knights will go on the power play here. Let's see if we get something to convert here. We've been able to bring a lot of pressure in this period.
Yep. Looks like they got Anderson out there playing a wing right now. Braun and Hagen at your D pair. Tate Helen centering the line, and Ludeman out there as well.
So back out to neutral ice, and we're going to have a penalty, I believe, on, a hooking on the Knights. Looks like Braun's going to go back he's going to go into the penalty box.
Yeah, Hank heading to the sin bin there. Not ideal.
We got to stop serving such good refreshments in there so we can keep these guys out.
That's true. I think I saw somebody with a burrito bowl over there.
So 4-on-4 hockey. Helen stepping in against Pritzel, both taking the face off here. Near side boards. Puck sitting there. Anderson stripped it away and sends it forward into neutral ice. It's knocked away by Bretz. Pritzel bringing it back in for the Eagles in the Knights defensive zone. And broken up there by Hagen, but it makes its way down, centered in, knocked away by the Knights. I think Bretz was trying to see if he could get that hat trick there. Anderson with it, coming forward up, tries to clear it out, but Bretz stands and grabs it. And he is
big hit by Lane Hagen.
Lane Hagen brought the train. He brought the locomotive all the way to the caboose on that hit. Pritzel with it in the Knights defensive zone, far side, corner, back behind the net. Coming to the near side. Pritzel back up to Weldman. He sends it, goes off of a few skaters. Bretz has it there, and taken away by Anderson. I think Hagen had a stick in there in that, and Anderson got it and rainbows it up and down in, and Helen chasing after it. Down to the near side corner. Knocked away. Pritzel comes out with it. Anderson tries to keep it in, and Weidman brings it into the Knights defensive zone. Knocked away by Smoley. Clark getting a body in there. Trying to take it away. He sends it up, and it's kept in at the blue line. Goes off of Anderson, and Henry Robinson sends it forward to Clark. Clark into the offensive zone. Clark towards the net. He had a 1-on-2 there. So the Eagles will go on a power play for the next 15 seconds.
That's right. They missed a tripping call right down in the near corner.
Pruitt bringing it forward into the Knights defensive zone, and the Knights are back on full strength. Clark grabs it and sends it forward.
We're going to get a
And the Knights are going to get nailed for two. Yep.
Ron didn't get off quick enough, and it looked like Chile got on a little too quick. That's a correctable mistake there.
So Henry Robinson looks like he's going to serve the penalty.
He heard about the snacks, Jeff.
Yeah, he must have, because he didn't have anything to do with any of that. So we'll drop the puck in the Knights defensive zone. The Knights will be on the penalty for the next 2 minutes. Robinson serving it.
We got 1:40 left in the second, and I think the key here for the Knights, get out of the rest of this period without giving up a goal.
Ludeman grabs it, sends it off. So Ludeman sends it off the near side boards. Hubbard grabbed it, got it over to Zick, and Pritzel bringing it back into the Knights defensive zone. Pass across to Hubbard, sends it down to Zick on the near side boards. Back to point to Hubbard. He sends it, it goes off of Worst behind the net, makes it way back in, and Worst sends it down the ice. 1:26 and counting on that penalty, 1:04 left in the period. Eagles with it. Up the near side boards into neutral ice. Retz into the Knights defensive zone near side, sends it back to Zick. Tries going over to the backside to see if he can catch Pritzel. It comes out to neutral ice. 44 seconds left in the period, 1:04 left on the penalty. Hubbard bringing it forward for the Eagles into the Knights defensive zone near side. He's trying to get around Hagen, but Hagen won't let him. Near side corner. Back behind the net, back up along the near side boards. 28 seconds left in the period. Zick with it at point, sends it over to the far side. Pass back in to the city, puts the shot on. Again, backside.
Absolutely great patience by the Eagles, waiting for that play to open up. Shot from the high slot, just nailed it. Just waited. The Knights made their move. The Eagles countered.
So 21 seconds left in the period. Pritzel, it was passed over to Pritzel on the far side. He made a quick pass back to Zick, and Zick was able to convert and able to put it in for the goalie. Kick back in position, moving back over. So into neutral ice it comes. Nelson able to grab it, gets it over to Malekade, forward. It comes, and Knights just ran out of time there. So the Knights are down 5-0 here in the period. You know, the score isn't indicative of necessarily the energy they're bringing, but unfortunately, the difference here is conversion. You know, the Eagles are converting on all these opportunities.
Well, 3 power play goals. I mean, that's a big difference in this game. Had they not been given the opportunity for 3 power play goals here, we're looking at a 2-0 game, and it's way different. The Knights have to stay out of the box. That's first and foremost. If they can stay out of the box, I think that they're going to survive a lot better in the third period. At this point, the coaching staff's just got to be going, hey, guys, we just got to go win the period. Win your shift. Win the next thing. Do the next right thing.
Yeah, start working on proper passing, proper positioning, and the old adage, one bite at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Knights fans, so we got about 10 minutes. We'll be back to bring you period 3. Still not seeing any young Knights at Riverhawks around the area, so we'll let you just have a few moments, and we will come back in about 10 minutes to bring you the third period. You're watching exclusive coverage of Knights hockey on the St. Michael Albertville Global Hockey Network. I'd like to thank Dylan Kiner, who's our executive producer tonight. Looks like our student managers which we will recognize all of them right now because I think they've been taking turns there on the camera. Bryn Powell, Delaney Barthel, Olivia Sutliff, Maverick Knief is over on the bench. We'll recognize all of them. Our color commentator for the junior varsity game here tonight is Matt Harrison. Kelly Story is on stats. Larry Matheson will be our spotlight operator. And I'm Jeff Story, voice of the Knights. Come back in about 9.5 minutes. We'll bring you period 3. Thanks for watching Knights Hockey on the St. Michael Ellerville Global Hockey Network. Appreciate all of you Knights fans.
Test.
Video Ninja. Nice, Dylan.
I will give it a shot, see what happens.
All right, so the Eagles out on the ice, waiting for the Knights. Here they come. Smalley stepping in to take the faceoff. Puck drops. Eagles have it at their own blue line. Brett's bringing in the Knights defensive zone near side. And the Knights back into the penalty box.
Henry Robinson visibly upset about that call. It's on Smoley, but at this point in the game, I'm sure that the coaches talked about it in the locker room. Don't go to the box anymore. And we're in the box, 30 seconds in.
Centered over for the backside shot and in goal.
Well,
It looks like he just slipped through.
The good news is Smoley's out of the box.
So 4 penalties and 4 goals.
That's right. The only time Eden Prairie did not score on a power play was when they had a 15-second power play.
So Eagles with it into neutral ice in the Knights defensive zone. Far side corner, hanging, fighting for it there. Ludeman comes out with it. Rainbows it up and down the ice. And an icing call.
Well, we're on running time now, Jeff, so this third period should go by pretty quickly unless the Knights can summon all of their muster here. Throw it in the back of the net and get one.
Puck drops, Ludeman taking the face off. Far side, down to the far side corner. Center. Shot goes off of Anderson. Tangen grabbing it along the far side boards. Back and forth between both teams. Puck's going to make it out. And offsides. So we'll drop it in neutral ice. Near side dot. Helen stepping in to take the face off. Puck drops. Back to Braun. Forward to Nelson. Dumped into the Knights' defensive zone. Cam Lekade there for the Knights. Gets it over to Nelson near side boards, but Ganal keeps it in for the Eagles. Eagles with it. Far side corner. Back up to the blue line. Down the boards it comes. Intercepted by Helen. Forward into neutral ice. Down into the Knights offensive.
Slot. Knights just a little slow to pick up that puck at neutral ice.
So Nelson sends it forward, but Eden Prairie quickly brings it out into the Knights defensive zone. Shot on and up into the netting. So we'll drop the puck in the Knights defensive zone. Anderson with it behind the net, far side boards. Cheely gets it over to Henry Robinson. Taken back by Bretts of the Eagles, tries to center it over. Broken up by Cheely, comes back to Henry Robinson. Forward, he sends it to Smoley. Into the Knights offensive zone. Smoley dumps it around. Around a skater he goes, chasing after it. Broken up by the Eagles.
You know, Smoley, one of the guys who's still really moving his feet. Got to admire the hustle out of the guy, especially when you're down 6-0 in the third.
Anderson with it. Near side corner. Broken up by the Eagles. Up the ice they send it. Bretts brings it out for the Eagles. Benson grabs it there for the Eagles. Tried to center it back in for Bretts. It goes off of Lane the Train Hagen, who sends over the near side boards. Henry Robinson coming out with it through neutral ice. He dumps it down into the Knights. Offensive zone and a change of skaters for the Knights. Eagles bring it into neutral ice, cross center ice, into the Knights. Defensive zone, back pass there on the far side. Puck makes it down. Ricochets off the back wall, sent behind, off the referee, near side boards. Back down to the corner. Lane Hagen with there. Hagen sends it behind his own net. Over to the far side. Eagles grab it there. They have it at point. They try to send it forward. It comes ricocheting off the back wall. Makes it behind the net to the near side corner. Tried to be centered in there, but Tangen was there to grab it. Tangen up along the far side boards, has it plucked away, but he takes it right back. He centers it over, and it's intercepted and shot from there, knocked away by Robinson. Ganal sends it down the boards, back behind the net for the Eagles. They keep it in the blue line. They send it. Will Robinson knocks it away. Far side corner. Off the boards. Sent by Hagen over to Ludeman. Ludeman lost the puck. Comes forward right in front of Robinson, but Ludeman gets it back and dumps it down the ice for an icing call.
There's not a lot of fun things to say.
So 11:18 left period 3. Knights down 6-0. 28 shots on goal for the Eagles. 8 shots on goal for the Knights. Near side boards. Ganal sends it down to the corner. Back behind the net.
Let's just see if they can win a puck battle here.
Blue line far side. Sent in to the center. Was trying to get Bretts. You can see Bretts wanted that. See if he could get. Oh, he gets the puck back towards the net. He comes, shot it. You hear it ding off the metal there. You can see him. I'll pull my old thing out. I think I saw him salivating from up here to see if he can get that third goal of the game and get his hat trick.
Yeah, that's probably what he's looking at. Fortunately, it hit every part of the netting up above the glass.
Shot from center, knocked away by Robinson. Ricochets over to the near side boards. Retz with it behind the net, knocked away by Helland. Molekine sends it behind his own net to Helland, who sends it back. An Eagle intercepts it there and taken away by Nelson. Gunnar Nelson with it over to Cam Molekine. Molekine off the near side boards up, and Helland able to send it out into neutral ice. The Eagles grab it there and dump it back into the Knights' defensive zone, but Helland standing right there. It goes off of a few players. Helland knocks it out into neutral ice. Up the ice he comes into the offensive zone, but it's broken up by the Eagles. The Eagles send it forward off the far side boards, and Helland gets it there and dumps it back in. Off the backside boards it goes. Eagles with it behind their own net. Forward they come. Near side boards through neutral ice. Into the Knights' defensive zone, grabbed by Hagen. Tries to clear it out, and Johnson grabs it for the Eagles behind the net. Tries to do the wraparound. Right in front, there was a shot there that went wide. Eagles with it.
Ooh, opportunity there. Oh, just tip it forward. Come on, let's go. Here we go. We got a 2-on-1. And 3-on-1.
And Braun with it into the offensive zone. He centers over for Robinson. Ricochets off of an Eagles player, and they send it long pass down the ice into the Knights' defensive zone. Far side corner. Cheely gets over there to knock it forward, but the Eagles send it from the blue line. It ricochets off the back wall, comes over to the near side boards. Puck makes its way into neutral ice. Gnal there for the Eagles. He sends it across, and back it comes to him in his own defensive zone. Loses the edge of his skate. Smoley able to grab this. The puck tries to send it forward. It goes off of Puitt's skate, and the Eagles come forward into the Knights' defensive zone. Shot from there. Deflects off of Robinson's pads. Behind the net it comes. Near side boards. Over to Raymond. Raymond, long diagonal pass up. Touched by Worst. Gets past him in the offensive zone. Eagles grab it. Eagles, long diagonal pass up. Touched and down into the Knights' defensive zone. Behind the net it goes. Tangen has it stripped away, but he gets it back. Up he comes and sends it into neutral ice. Gnal grabbing it there for the Eagles. Turn, spins. Vertical pass up. Here they come into the Knights' defensive zone. Pass over for Bretz. Centered over. Shot. Deflects away.
Good job by Willie.
And down the ice you go. Notice that we're not. I think they pulled Zick and Pitzel off. So they must have not be playing the last period to save up for. You can see him standing over there for the varsity game.
Yeah, Eden Prairie down to only 10 skaters on their bench right now.
So we're going to drop the puck in the Knights' defensive zone near side. Gnal with it. He sends it up. Broken up by Cam Molekine. Nice pass up from Helland to Nelson. He touched it, so there'll be no icing call. Puck makes it back to Nelson, but Eagle skater jumps in as it got past Nelson, grabs it, and they send it up the ice into neutral ice. Goes right to Molekine in the defensive zone. He sends it forward. Hagen ends up with it across the center line into the Knights' offensive zone, far side. Down to the corner. He goes through a check, hands it off to Girton. Girton centers it in, broken up by the Eagles. They send it forward into the neutral ice. They come. Johnson with it along the near side boards. Centers it over. Shot on. Deflected away. Gets back to Johnson. He sends it, but it deflects off of Molekine's stick. He gets it back, takes it behind the net to the far side. Girton hands it off there to Helland, and Helland flips it into his own bench.
Knights coaches, that's 2 catches for them on the pucks going into the bench today. Got to look at the bright side here, right?
A+ for the coaching staff, catching pucks. So we'll drop the puck in the Knights' defensive zone, far side. Smoley stepping in, puck drops. Towards the blue line it comes. It goes into neutral ice, and the Eagles will reset. Sent back in behind the net. Braun there to grab it. Gets it over to Anderson. Anderson up to Robinson. Tees it over to Smoley. Grabbed by Hubbard of the Eagles at center ice. He sends it forward to Benson. Benson sends it across, and it gets past everybody. Puck sitting over there. Braun trying to fight for it. Up in the air it comes. Smoley sends it up, but kept in at the blue line by the Eagles. Pass across the near side. Hubbard with it from the near side. Sends it in. Knocked away by Anderson. Behind the net it goes. Both teams fighting for it. Anderson comes out with it. Along the far side boards. Up the ice he goes. Goes through a few checks. Pass off the board to himself. Right towards the goalie. Shot deflects off on the backside. Oh, Chile was there.
Just couldn't bury it, but absolutely great sequence by Anderson there as now Eden Prairie's in a 2-on-0.
Into the Knights' defensive zone it came, and back and forth it went. Shot wide by the Eagles. Ganal has it at his own blue line. Backing up into his own defensive zone. Passes across the ice. Up come the Eagles through neutral ice into the Knights' defensive zone. Far side boards around a skater towards the net. Tries to wrap around. Has it on the near side boards. Pass across the far side. Coming in. Shot goes off of Hagen. Deflects out. Worst comes out with it. Up the ice he goes. He's being held, but he goes right through it. Has it plucked away before he was going to send it over for Raymond. Puck makes it to neutral ice. Hagen off the boards. He sends it down. Knights reset, and in they come. Worst keeping the pressure on. Pass across. Far side boards, and Nelson able to get over there and keep it in. Nice hustle by Gunnar Nelson. Towards the net he comes. Shot it goes off of an Eagles player. Ricochets over to the near side. Nelson makes it over there to grab that puck. Sends it back, but the Eagles were able to get that puck, and Nelson hustling over to the near side or far side to get to it. Right in front of the net. Tangen had it knocked away. Along the near side boards and up and into the girding.
You know, going back a little ways there, Anderson took that block off the leg. You could tell it hurt. He looked a little limpy. Then he picked up the puck and skated as hard as he got a shot off. That's a just great hustle play. And you got to appreciate that because he skated over the bench and he sat down and he was like, oh, man.
Shot from the blue line by Hagen. Into neutral ice. The puck sits. Girton has it. Dumps it down in. Far side boards. Knights defensive zone. Eagles with it. Long pass up. It was touched. No icing call. Back pass. Behind that. Puck sits. Hagen comes out with it. Sends it forward to Robinson. Robinson skates it back and sends it back behind his own net. Far side boards. Kept in by the Eagles. They send it on. Knocked away by Will Robinson. And Henry Robinson sends it into neutral ice. Hubbard there for the Eagles. Sends it forward to Pruitt. Pruitt bringing it in. Has it taken away by Hagen. And Tagan sends it forward to Henry Robinson. Henry Robinson dumping it into the Knights' offensive zone. Eagles there to grab it. They bring it up the far side boards into neutral ice, across the center line. Taken away by Smoley in his own defensive zone. Backhands it over to Chile. Chile forward into neutral ice. Chile near side into the offensive zone, down to the corner. Ganal beats him to the puck, sends it up the boards, but Malek at the blue line sends it forward, redirected by Chile. It goes wide and along the near side boards. Raymond grabbing it there, sending it back towards the net, and a cover by the goalie. 1:40 and counting on the running clock here. Knights down 6-0. 34 shots on goal for Eden Prairie, 10 shots on goal for the Knights. Puck drops. Far side kept in by Braun at the blue line. Ricochets it off the back wall. Makes it over the near side boards. Raymond fighting for it there. He kicks it forward. Both teams just scrapping at that puck. Near side, down to the corner it goes. Raymond for the Knights, Hubbard for the Eagles, trying to get to it. Raymond comes out with it behind the net. Centers over to Smoley, but it's broken up by Hubbard of the Eagles. Forward come the Eagles. Brett's into the Knights' defensive zone, and it's broken up Sheely comes out with it into neutral ice, into the offensive zone. Sheely towards the net. Shot. Ricochets off to the far side corner. Kept in by Worst, and he has it knocked away. Into neutral ice it comes. Pass forward. Here come the Eagles. Brett's towards the net. Passes across. Thought he had his skaters shooting up, but his skaters slowed down a little, so the Knights were able to capitalize and knock it away. Worst coming out with the puck, bringing it into the offensive zone for the Knights. He has the puck out in front of him. Luckily, Ludeman's there to stop it. Ludeman, far side corner. Ludeman centered in, trying to catch Worst. Just too far, just a little bit out of reach. And Braun intercepts the long pass, and there's the horn. So that's the end of 3 periods of play. Knights drop this one 6-0. 34 shots on goal for the Eagles, 11 shots on goal for the Knights.
Well, we live to play another day.
The story of this game seemed to be like stay out of the box, stay out of the box, stay out of the box, and stay out of the box.
Yeah, that definitely hurt the Knights all game long. Really nice to see the play out of a couple of the Knights players. There were some standouts today. I thought James Anderson had an absolutely awesome game. Aiden Smoley really brought some heat. Henry Braun, I kind of pointed him out a few times during the game. And I thought Lane Hagan was really looking good today, just working hard. And some of these players, I mean, that's what we need. We just need hard work out of them at this JV level, and just to learn those skills and to be able to translate them to the next level when they're called up.
Yeah, Ludeman, his name came out of my mouth quite a bit too for jumping in there, and Nelson definitely had a lot of hustle going out there too. So, we could probably even name a lot more players too. I mean, Robinson was, my gosh, all the shots he took over there.
Definitely peppered today.
The one thing I'll say is that the Knights, they brought all the pressure right away. They were bringing the intensity. They were skating hard and really going at it, but it seemed like everything was just 6 to 8 inches ahead, just too far ahead, and they just couldn't quite convert at all those different times.
Yep, and I think when it comes down to it, it's continuing that moving the feet, continuing that hustle, and then completing those passes to your teammates. And a lot of that's just maturity, and this is a very young JV team.
All right, so that is it for today's JV's broadcast. Today's executive producer of Knights hockey was Dylan Kiner. Larry Matheson will be our spotlight operator. Matt Harrison was our color commentator. Kelly Story was on our stats. The student managers were running our camera. I'm Jeff Story, voice of the Knights. Stay tuned for our varsity game coming up next. I'll bring you the first period with Matt Harrison. Periods 2 and 3 will be brought to you by Matt and Ben Monahan. Thanks for watching exclusive coverage of Knights hockey on the St. Michael Everville Global Hockey Network. We'll see you in a few minutes for the varsity game. Thanks for watching, Knights fans.